and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, we'd like to talk about aespa's Girls, focusing on a little breakdown and analysis of the lyrics and the music video to see what they can tell us about the concept and its connections to the SMCU. Girls is a song about female empowerment that explores aespa's final showdown with the Black Mamba and their desire to move forward with Navis and their eyes. Following the release of episode 2 Next Level, the video introduces us to the subject matter that will be expanded upon when episode 3 finally comes out. As we see in a second, the events that take place in Girls represent the end of the first season of the SMCU, thus portraying Black Mamba's ultimate demise and aespa's win over this dangerous threat. Back in Savage in episode 2, we saw the virus trapping aespa in an hallucination quest that was meant to separate them from their eyes. This was a very dangerous situation to be in, because in order to get into Kwangia, Navis essentially uploaded aespa's consciousness into their digital avatars. Through this process, aespa and the eyes accomplished the sync dive, which is a rare psychological connection that the Black Mamba was desperately trying to destroy. Thanks to Navis' help, we saw that this attempt eventually failed, so in Girls we see aespa and the eyes finally reuniting and joining forces to beat the Black Mamba. As the lyrics remind us, this entity is a great evil that caused the eyes algorithm to be distorted, but even if at first the Black Mamba had the upper hand, now we see that the girls aren't afraid because they aren't alone anymore. In the song, aespa play the role of heroines who pursue the value of goodwill and are empowered by the friendship that they share with each other and their eyes, so after overcoming Black Mamba's hallucinations, now they're ready to fight back and destroy this enemy once and for all. In the video, we see that this season finale portrays the girls infiltrating the lair of the Black Mamba in the digital wilderness of Kwangia. As Giselle explains in the lyrics, this part of the story is still set in the metaverse, which essentially works as a parallel world in comparison to our own. Since the girls were able to reconnect with their eyes, aespa and the avatars are still sharing the same body and consciousness. This is a very powerful asset, because in the lyrics they make a point at reminding us that it's this very unity that makes them confront their fear and bloom in chaos. If we take a look at the video, this newly found bravery is already evident since the very beginning, because the girls are introduced while they go up on a virtual elevator, climbing up the digital surface of the Snake's headquarters. As I mentioned before, this is the final showdown, so from being passive victims of the Snake's illusions, now they're active heroines ready to fight. As soon as they get to their destination, we can see that the Black Mamba is already observing them through the CCTV cameras, and without wasting any time, she sends her guards to take care of the girls. Little does she know that aespa are more powerful than ever, so even if they get surrounded very fast, they aren't worried because they know how strong they are together. As soon as the attack begins, Winter uses her skill as armamenter and immediately defeats the first guard with her sword. This is something that angers the Black Mamba, but even if more guards attack them as a result, the girls are ready to fight them as well. As they access the next level of the layer, we can see that Giselle uses the same power that we saw in episode 2 in order to defeat 4 guards in the elevator. Then we see Karina using her skill as Rocket Puncher to fight the ones guard in the server room, and after knocking them out, the girls get one step closer to the most important level of the layer. As we see in the video, in order to defeat the Black Mamba, the girls need to access the vault and destroy the core, which is the source of energy that seemingly keeps this entity alive. Considering that this core is kept hidden in the vault, the chances are that destroying it might be the only way to kill the Black Mamba, so the focus of the girls is on accessing this location in order to end it once and for all. As they tell us in the lyrics, the girls are ready to end it now, because they're really looking forward to spend peaceful days inside of the flat where they can have fun together with their eyes. As they cherish the memory of their first recall, which in turn is the time that an avatar spends in the real world with their humans, aespa want for things to go back to normal and just enjoy their time together. This also brings us right back to Navis, which surprisingly enough is not as dead as she seemed back in Savage, but apparently still sacrificed herself for the girls to get to this point. Now, her being alive here is actually very surprising, to be honest, because in Savage the lyrics said that aespa would reunite with Navis only after her resurrection. In order to resurrect, logic says that Navis should die first, and yet in Girls she's still pretty much alive, which can actually be interpreted in a couple of different ways. On one hand, it's possible that the story is actually holding back on Navis' death in order to show it when episode 3 finally comes out. If you look closely, the Navis scene that we see in Girls uses the same design that we saw back at the end of episode 2, so it's entirely possible that Navis will die as the lyrics foreshadow, but that the music videos aren't really showing it the way it will happen in episode 3. This would make a great season finale and already set the scene for what to expect in season 2, but another possibility is that Navis' death might not be an actual death, but rather something more similar to a computer data loss. Bear in mind that Navis is an AI, she is not human, so her so-called death might simply be her losing all the data that makes her the system that she is. The reason why I'm saying this is because in both Savage and Girls, the lyrics actually talk about a sudden loss of memory. In Savage, aespa promised that they'll find Navis' memories and meet after the resurrection. In Girls instead, they beg Navis to show up if she found the memories and are curious about their future with Navis, saying that they will probably meet in the real world. Now to me this sounds like Navis would sacrifice herself, lose her memories, and eventually reunite with aespa in the real world after her resurrection. But if this is the case, then what's her sacrifice? How does she lose her memories? And how does she die? Well, these are all questions that will be answered in the season finale, but if we take a look at all the clues that we have so far, we might actually understand that we might know more than what it seems. Now if we go back and watch episode 2, the ending scene shows us Navis' hand turning black after saving the girls from the hallucination quest. This is the same thing that happened to Karina when the Black Mamba was hacking Karina, so my guess is that Navis' sacrifice is putting herself in danger in order to save the girls. This possibly led her to get infected by the virus, and if this is the case, then this could be the reason behind her memory loss. After all, if a system gets hacked, you might lose the data in this system, and the same thing might happen to Navis as well. If this is the right guess, then aespa destroying the Black Mamba might also help saving Navis from the infection, and even if for now we don't know for sure if this is the case, what we do know is that by the end of Girls, the Black Mamba is finally defeated. As we see in the video, when the girls arrive at the vault, Ning Ning uses her skill as EDA hacker in order to hack the servers and open the vault with their gear. This allows Winter to access the vault and finally destroy the energy core with her sword. As we see right at the end, the Black Mamba dies as a result. She disintegrates, her virus is destroyed, and on the screen we can see that it's finally game over. This means that by the end of season 1, aespa successfully triumphed over the first villain they ever encountered on their path. The first stage of their journey has come to an end, and a new one will begin as a result. When episode 3 finally comes out, we'll probably get more clues as to what to expect in season 2 as well, but for now we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, however, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching guys, I'll see you next time, bye bye!